Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, well, let's take a look at this crashing market. We'll take a look at Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, SMCI, also MicroStrategy because it's an interesting play. We'll get to that, we'll talk about it, and also we'll take a look at S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100. So, what are we watching this week? Well, we'll most likely have more volatility in the market just due to the tariffs, and only so far China has reacted or has come back with the retaliatory tariffs, and other countries may soon follow the suit. We'll see. We'll see how things are taken. There's some countries like Taiwan and I think Indonesia, they decided not to retaliate. We'll see how things unfold, but if investors don't see much stability or assurance in the market, which as if tariffs, though in my opinion, if they do stay, regardless of how they are, economy will slow down, economy will shrink. And I have been saying this in my videos, right, for quite some time. So that's pretty much, what we are looking at now. Technically is what we'll be looking at, that will help us in identifying what is the structure telling us, what is the market telling us, right? So let's jump right into it. Let's see what are the levels to watch and what are the interesting type of trades that could be taken, right? So Tesla is the first one that we'll take a look at, or we'll start off with that. So Tesla, unfortunately, guys, once it lost this 252 area, it's over already. This near term that it was still holding really strong even after tariff news, right? But then the last day on Friday trading day, it just broke, and that was it, right? Now let me show you really quickly on the 5 minutes interval. Now for day trading, I mean, it was a beautiful short play. Right, let me turn on my another tool here. And as you can see, we stayed below the cloud. Even any rebound that came when the market opened almost rejected underneath the cloud. Mostly it was the short play. There were some rebounds, but it kept rejecting underneath the cloud, everything. It was a really good short play right over here. And my tools helps you in understanding all of this price action, and accordingly you can make the moves, and it's just easier to make money this way. If you need access to my tools and also 50 plus stocks coverage, check out the details in the description of this video. Trading Tools works on all the stocks, all the intervals. You will also get onboarding videos. And if you're also interested in extra 50 plus stocks coverage, you can check out the details in the description of this video. There are multiple memberships. You can choose what fits best for you and your choice. All right. So Tesla continues to stay down, right? 252 area, that blue box, once we also lost it, you can see we kept rejecting any rebound through that. And I have a cloud on the tools anyways, so that helps in everything. And also the structure that, not just the cloud, but the structure that my tools helps in to understand, gives you everything what you need to know, like what type of trades to take, where's the short trade, where's the rebound happening, where's the some bullish momentum building up, everything, short, long, name it. Now you can see we also did a very close range of average range to today range. That's where some rebounds came as well, as I just showed you, right? Now, what from here? Well, as I said, right now we're just in the downtrend. We should still be a little bit, let's see, on the weekly interval. Yes, we do have a lower high, even on the weekly interval. But we still had those 2 weeks of demands, right? However, we are forming a huge supply zone as well up there. We did have a reaction already in an uptrend. We'll have to fully turn around. That'll be only above 272 if weekly interval can do that. Right now, scenarios again can be tested to 125 area. That's a very likely possibility. So let's get back to the daily interval again. As long as we stay below now $252 area, this very level from pretty much actually from 246 to 252, as we stay below it, Tesla will just remain, unfortunately, again in that downtrend, near-term downtrend, intraday, multi-day, and even overall direction below 246 to 252 is just in the downtrend on Tesla, unfortunately, right now. So yeah, not good, right? So okay, that's Tesla. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia broke that 97 area, the very important level, and it's in the downtrend, guys. Okay, it's fully in the downtrend. how low can it go? We'll take a look at that in just a second. But it's if it's not able to regain this week above $100, if it can't close this week above $100, it's gonna stay weak. Okay, maybe this week is very important to see how it closes, because once it starts to lose, now I'm on the weekly interval, because once it starts to lose this area as well, this particular demand zone, and if we don't see any consolidation or structure change, well, Nvidia has a likelihood to continue lower. We can test $75 as well, 66 as well, because we're in the downtrend. So, and even on the weekly interval, again, my tools helps you in everything. We are still in the downtrend here. Everything is still negative. Nothing has really changed on the weekly interval as well on Nvidia. So, yeah. Yeah, now, right now, just in the downtrend, only possibility of even a structure a little bit changing would be above 97.44 area dollars, that otherwise no. And even on the hour, yeah, that's pretty much what you are watching. Otherwise no, below that will still remain in the negative structure, that is 97 and 40 cents area, right? Okay, so that's that's Nvidia. The next one is AMD. Now, AMD continues also in the downtrend. Unfortunately, this will require, if overall structure you want to see some, again, possibility of any uptrend, we'll have to get above 94 and 20 cents area. Otherwise, no, this is really badly broken. Technically, $75 is the magnet right now on this thing. And even on the hourly interval, guys, even if any intraday structure revision or uptrend has to form intraday only, for that also we'll have to get above 88 and 90 cents. Again, my tools marks all these levels automatically for you in real time, so you can have access to the tools. As I said, sometimes some levels will adapt to the real time as well, so it also depends when the market is running, right? But so far this is a very good level, right? 88, 90 cents. So above that is only where I expect that some intraday only uptrend would form, but we still be negative overall as long as we're below 94 and 40 cents. SMCI doing some bounce at that $30 area, 29.82, but is this bullish? Not necessarily, no, right? That's the also, I talked to you guys in my previous videos that this is where SMCI will come down. Almost this is where I talked about to you guys on SMCI in that magnet that I gave you. And you can see we lost that blue box that I provided you, and it just retested it and is rejecting. Even if any intraday uptrend has to form, that will be only above $30 area, this $30 to 30 cents area. Only above that, only intraday uptrend. Otherwise, no. That's overall will still remain negative. It's only intraday possibilities. Otherwise, no. Below that will just bearish. Gonna continue lower. Now, on the other hand, though, on the contrary, MicroStrategy, this thing is doing really fine still, guys. Okay, this thing is not reacting that much to the market. It's on the Bitcoin side for sure, crypto side, I should say, and it's holding after breaking out that reference line. It's trying to go back up. It's finding support there, and as long as we stay above this reference line, this is technically a bullish play. This is the only bullish play, well, among many others, which I do talk with the members, as I said in the 50 plus stocks coverage. But this is the only right now in this list today, in this video, is where this thing is looking like it has still room to continue higher. Now, what are we watching, right? So intraday, as long as we stay above 285, strength will remain on an uptrend. And overall structure also, as long as we stay above 285 area, will just remain in an uptrend in the near term. If we lose 285, weakness will again come back. But so far, so good. And even if that weakness come, I do think eventually, as long as it doesn't lose 272, we should be fine eventually. We'll see. But so far, so good. It's looking fine and just fine. All right, let's get to S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100. Let's start with NASDAQ 100 first, actually. So, wow, where's the candle, guys? Down there. Wow. Look at the volume that very day. Yeah, this is the highest volume. Wow. I have never seen such high volume ever. Wow. Yeah, that's really high. So let's get to the weekly interval for a second. Yeah, well, we have had high volumes before as well, but that was during, again, the downtrend. Now, look, this thing is full on in the negative structure, full on. Okay, now let's get back to the daily. Sorry guys. Yeah, so at this point there is no uptrend on this thing. This is the magnet 408 area. Now that's where, as I said, that's where we have some chance to see some price reaction to happen. We are getting, look, 200 weeks moving average. It's now, since we have lost all that momentum, it's very likely that we will retest 200 weeks moving average. All right, and which will be around $395 almost. Okay, and it's a little bit below that as well. It's a zone. Okay, it's never just one particular price point, it's the zone. Okay, and that's very likely. I do expect some rebound may happen there, which may last for a week or two as well, but that may eventually result in some head and shoulder as well. But there is some tradable rally that can come, not this week, but in a couple of weeks, some near-term rally may come for only couple of weeks as well. It's not that the rally will just forever be. If it happens, it happens. But that will be the near-term rally. I do expect maybe around 395 area. So from there on, right now, well, but we'll have to see the price action there if it holds anything. Right now, it's just in the collapse. And yeah, right now, even intraday, even intraday or multi-day strength structure needs, if it has to change, we'll have to get above first 432 without breaking further below. So it's not even just in a day it can turn around the structure. Sure, rebounds can come. My tools will help you and all of that. Many tools will help you on the lower time frame and any interval you want to trade to see where, based on your style of trading, when is the structure turning around. But as for the structure for a good one, as in an uptrend, not just for day trading, but a little bit of traction and momentum, we'll have to get above 432. S&P 500 in the very similar boat. Now, yeah, we are, guys, getting $479 is the magnet. And if I take it to the weekly interval, and this is where, yeah, we have a magnet at $475 almost, this zone. Yep, and once now we are going to test 200, most likely we're going to test 200 weeks moving average, so expect things to continue lower. Now with S&P 500, the only previous time when it ever lost 200 weeks moving average was in 2008 financial crisis. This is the crisis of people's own making, the one we are in right now. Every crisis is people's own making, but this one seems like a deliberate, right? When I say crisis, it's like because it's going to shrink the economy, right? We'll see how things will turn out in the longer run, but in the near term, it's going to shrink the economy. So, which means the earnings will reflect that, and all that uncertainty also is that's there. That's also going to cause these issues. But look, when we have extended away from 200 weeks moving average quite a lot technically as well, we do have a catalyst that's pulling the market down, right, with the tariff thing. But what was the peak the last time? How much did we, when we started to retest after that came down in 2021, we were 31% away from 200 weeks moving average. And this time, when did it start happening, right? We were 25% away from S&P 500, which, as we are going higher, this percent scale is still so close to 30%, even though it's lower, but it's lower in relative to the price though, right? So yeah, it's fine. Technically it's fine. It's market. Look at it. 2022, $359, market pretty much doubled in just 2 years, right? If you're getting a market doubling in 2 years from, yeah, that's, you have to, like, how much fraudiness is also in the market, right? So it just can't keep going parabolic, right? And now we do have a reason that market is going to a little bit slow down, which, if you're a long-term trader, it should be a buying opportunity for you. And that's why I just wasn't buying any in my long-term portfolio, these big cap stocks, because they were so extended. But hey, right now we're in the downtrend. We'll see where structure stabilizes. But $480 around is the magnet. And even intraday, if from where we are, if structure has to turn around in an uptrend, let's say if that has to happen, we'll have to close above 518 from where we are without breaking further below, is what I mean to say. That's all I had for you guys in this video. Check out the details if you need access to my trading tools, and also 50 plus stocks coverage. Details are in the description of this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.